And I remember what I was doing. I had got lured to this tent and held hostage by machete and told to zip it up, and so I wouldn't know which way these people were gonna bash my head in. And I talked my way. I talked my way up out of there. I sure did. And then there was some other perilous things, and God bless me get up to get on the bus. On the bus, and there was someone in the back, laid down already. The person who got on the bus with me went to the back, and I could see them communicating. There was somebody else in the passenger seat, and not in the passenger seat, in the driver's seat with the driver, and I could have made out. Um, it looked like there'll be a gun, and I was asked where I was getting off at. They want to know where I was getting off at, so I'd be stranded there. You know, they could have people there line and wait. So I told the end of the line, knowing good and well I was home, hop off it. But it's a bus route, so just be along the bus route or whatever. So I was followed by several people. I was followed by helicopters, drones. I had sniper rifles on me. And if I had not heard the police scanner the next day where I'd be at, he's got a chip in his hand. Yeah, I knew exactly the sequence of events. That's how I know. I didn't know them type of. I heard his police scanner. I know where I was, and yes, yes. I don't know how. I said by the grace of God. That's how. By the grace of God. That's why I didn't get beat up. That's why I didn't get stabbed. That's why I didn't get sniped. That's why I didn't get machine gun for the people that had in the hood through the bushes. That's why I didn't get run over and plummeted to my death. That's why I didn't get shot. Right. But the very next day, I was so mad because of all the money that I saw was being spent on some foolishness and greed. And everybody talking about it ain't no money. What you mean it ain't no money? It's money. It's money because I saw it being used and wasted. I saw it. And I'm so mad because there's people out here homeless, ain't got nowhere to go, and they get locked up if it's too hot. They trying to find some shelter. There's a basic human necessity: food, shelter, and water. Basic, we all need those things. We're gonna lock a person up, but nobody. No, take you to jail. We got some shelter for you. Hmm. We got some shelter for you. But yeah, it was Banana Cream Pie Wednesday. This is the day that never was. Banana Cream Pie Wednesday. I was listening to the radio. That's how I know what it was. And I was like, man, they didn't spend all this money on this. No. I was like, but roll the footage because I know it was the footage out there. I know they had the footage because there was a recording that I listened to about there was footage. I don't know how it didn't make the news that day. I swear I don't, but there was footage, and I was calling out for that footage. I sure was, and I was asking for somebody to record me. But what I was talking about, somebody was, I was being too loud, and okay, my voice carries. I was like, so I'm gonna tone it down, I'm gonna speak softly, but I'm not gonna stop talking about what I'm talking about because it's very important. And then once I saw that's not what was appeasing to him, I got up and got out of there because I don't want to argue about that. No. So I took it outside where it shouldn't have been a problem anymore. And I preached. I walked barefoot and without a shirt up to the Sackett Shopping Center. Us kids, I was gonna make a wish stuff. I was gonna end homelessness. Donald Trump was not going to be the president. I was going to send him and Kamala down. They were going to bring out the jumbotrons. Church of Chicken was going to bring us chicken because they right there. Pepsi was going. I was going to have all kinds of sponsors. We was going to go viral on doing something positive in the city. Yep, sure was. And I was going to like shut the city down. Everybody come to the Tailgate Shopping Center. We're going to have a rap concert. Everybody, lady twerking on the pole. All that. Shut it down. Everybody get off at 9:01. And if you weren't an essential worker, you had to work. But everybody got off work for that hour with pay. With pay. Yeah, this is the day that never was. That I was right. So I was trying to communicate with people, was doing my special ways, telepathy, and all that stuff, real whatever. But I was ting ting on the little pole at the ting ting, and then guess what? People were honking back because they heard me. Yeah, they were communicating back, and then the police rolled up on me, asked me for information, right? Because I was about to change the world. We was gonna fix the city up. We was gonna give people the housing. These corporate people were gonna go. If they were against all this, they would have looked bad because it was free publicity for them. Yeah. What if I would have gained too much power and influence then, especially to say, hey, point out, hey, Donald Trump, you're not a very nice person. Y'all should work together, but you should not be in charge. But if it comes to put a foot somewhere, I mean, we can count on you to do that. Or I mean, you know what I'm saying? But the cops got called, and they took me to the information eye or the crazy house to calm down, and I was totally compliant. These people stabbed me 3 times. One time in my testicles with the monkey juice. And they were like, where's the officer here? Where's the officer here? Well, the officer was busy trying to figure out what he was going to make up to justify me being in there. He said that I was beating on the library. No, I was tapping a light pole in the parking lot. Way from anybody. Yeah. And as the officer is detaining me and then not telling me where I'm going, I'm like, I live right down here. If you want to take me somewhere and you don't want me to be up here, you can just take me back to the house and eat. He's like, well, we just ride. And then took me there. And then it was early enough in the day when I was doing all this. It was like 2:00, and I was going to do this at 9:01. So I went to the cool down period had passed and everything, and they just trying to figure out what to do, and so they sent me to Crestwind. I got the records and stuff. None of it was justified. None of it. But hey, who am I to complain about the day that never was? It stopped y'all from having some really nice stuff, a really good time, and a much better life.